Okay, so any questions from the last session? And did you
Mm,
guys worked on that catalog file? You have gone through that?
I'd gone through, but I could not understand. No, yeah, maybe like we can. I tried to open that, but
Okay,
it was not clear.
okay,
Maybe like you can quickly walk through, then this will help.
okay. Just a second. So CIF file we have in here. Let me download it again. Manage administration. Contract catalog definition. Yeah, content document. Okay. Let me see if I have already downloaded somewhere in this one. CIF catalog. Catalog not in this one, might be in this one. Okay, so catalog, adapter, catalog, inside catalog, view, export. Okay, sorry. Open edit with notepad. Yeah, okay. So if you see, like, think it has more number of items in this one. Okay, but you can understand this thing from here. Okay, so okay, is it visible or do I need to zoom this one a little bit more?
Hello.
Uh, Hello, guys.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
it's
okay.
visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what happens is whenever we need to upload, whenever we need to create a catalog. So you have seen like lot of catalogs in the system, right? So
Mm-hmm.
all these catalogs are being maintained under this one, catalog content manager. Okay. So you will be uploading these files in here. Okay. So this is how you will be getting all those catalogs in here. Just a second. I'm sure there was a catalog content manager. Catalog manager, catalogs. Okay, so these are all bunch of catalog, but where is our catalogs? Content documents. Refresh. Just a second. Search. See the data. Why it's not coming in here? Okay. So what happens is just a second. I have downloaded this from here or somewhere from this side only. Okay. Let me just a second. Why it's not visible for you guys? Administration, users, demo user, act as Okay. Manage core administration, catalog manager, contract, contract manager and all, catalog manager, subscriptions, sales, can be activated. This is something different. Sure. Yeah. See, somehow there's something like sometimes it's not visible or something like that. Now you can see this. These catalogs are coming appearing here, right?
Like,
Just
just can you navigate again? Like means you are moving too fast for a number of things.
okay, okay, no problem. So I was just checking actually. Yesterday, if you seen
Yeah.
like this thing. So just now it was not like appearing here. So I was
Yes,
just
yes, yes.
little, yeah. Okay, so I'll show you. So if you go on the home screen, like we'll go from the home screen, manage. Okay, so manage and core administration.
Mm-hmm.
Then you need to go the catalog content manager. Here, if you find in this one, catalog content
Mm-hmm.
manager, first is the content document. Okay, so what is the content of this? So that is you will be appearing here, right?
So what is the difference between catalog manager and catalog content manager?
Catalog content manager is where you be uploading this one, and catalog normal the catalog one, catalog manager is majorly maintaining this one, or you can say like just activating deactivating of these catalogs and all those things. So that is mainly managing of catalogs, and here you will be uploading the data. This is how you will be uploading the data in here. So content
Okay.
manager is basically what you are going to upload, how you, so this is creation of the catalog. So as you have seen in the PR, we are creating the PR and we are using
Uh-huh.
the catalog items. So this is how you will be creating the catalogs in the system.
And who provide the information of catalog vendor?
That's right. That's right. Just hold on a second. That's I'm just showing. So if you download here, if you click here, actions, and you download this one, so you can see this items has 27. This one has
Mm-hmm.
one, this one has two, this one has 116. So different catalogs has multiple line items under that catalog. Okay, for a
Okay.
particular catalog, and you can see the status is activated. So same way, if I download this one, so this is the one file that I have downloaded, and you can see this one, this file, this is a CIF file. Okay, the file
Mm-hmm.
format that you need to upload is different, like CXML and all those we were discussing when we are normally updating the data. But once we talk about this one, when we need to upload or create a catalog in the system, the file format will be CIF. If you see, this is a CIF version. Okay,
Okay.
so this is CIF files. So whenever you will be uploading, you will be able to upload the catalogs only with CIF. The reason
So,
is
mm-hmm.
why we are using the CIF is because here we will be entering the information, not only the data related, but we will be also uploading the images in this one. So you understand, like
Okay.
as you have
Mm-hmm.
seen it, when you upload the when you use the catalog, so you have that picture of items right on that
Mm-hmm.
catalog.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
those things you need to upload in here. So that's why, as you can see, there are multiple different data types. We can say this is data types. One is integer, one is numeric, and another is alphanumeric. And then you have this photos of the item. So all those things are in there. So that's why it's been like CIF file type is being used in here. Okay.
Sure. And I have two questions here. One is
Yeah.
like, who prepare this file? Is it something given by vendor, or we need to prepare this file?
See, there are multiple types of things in catalog. I'll tell you. Just hold on a second. One is catalog is being maintained by you in your website. So these are all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Here you are maintaining the catalogs in your system. These are all catalogs maintained in your system. Okay,
Okay.
so this data that you need to maintain. Okay, this data will be coming to you and you need to maintain it. Either it will be coming from a supplier,
Mm-hmm.
like on a regular basis, or it is coming on a one time and you need to upload it and you need to keep it. So any changes in this data, you will be responsible and you need to maintain it.
Sure,
Okay.
but so do we need to provide like supplier that we need data in this format, or like how does it go?
Yes, it's up to you how you want. If you have a team, you can just simply ask the details in a simple format, or if not, you need to ask the data in a specific format from supplier itself. So how you will be asking the data? If you see this, these are the field names. This is how you will be asking the supplier data. Okay, so whatever the data he can fill, he will be filling in these fields under this one. So for example, you can see field names. So it's the line. If you see this line is the one
Mm-hmm.
line item. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and these are the header fields. Those are mapped with this one. So just for a reference, I'll tell you. For example, supplier ID. So
Mm-hmm.
this is status IT is the supplier ID. Then this is supplier part number of the item. This is the supplier part number. Manufacturing part ID, this item description like Microsoft Surface Pro tablet, SPSC code, this comes in there, unit of description. So this way you will find it. And let me
Can
show
you
you
show
some of.
that like how images is maintained there? Like you said, image.
Wait, it's coming. So if it's just a image, just a second, let me show you where is that. Effective date, classification date, territory able, short name, delete. Yeah, so if you see this image, okay,
Mm-hmm.
so there is a tab in here. So once this image is there, you need to just under the comma, you need to provide that destination or you provide the link. Okay, so if you see this is the link. Just a second. You can see this is a JPEG, this one, and you have this double quote comma, and you can see
Mm-hmm.
from here. Just a second. Okay, yeah. So this is HTTPS, CSEN content, this one and this one. So you need to buy. So if you would have saved it. You would have saved this image on your desktop, right? Somewhere in the folder.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
from there, you need to just provide this link and you will be pasting
Understood.
in here. Okay, and there's a specific details like there should not be an enormous size of that image size, exact number I'm not sure, but I think it's 200 by 600 pixel something, and it should not increase to that one. I'm not sure. Like I think it has been changed recently, or maybe there's some change, but this is how it will be. It should not be in GBs or like you have a image which is very heavy in the data. No, it should be in a very light and the pixel size and everything needs to be maintained. Then you can have it uploaded in here. Otherwise, it will throw you an error.
Sure. And do we have some? Okay, I have not worked into catalog thing in past, but do we have some kind of a application that we use to reduce size, or like that's something we adjust it at our own?
No, that you need to do it on your own. Okay.
Okay. And if we do not have the information on any particular field, I can see that there are certain fields like under. So if you do not have the information of a particular field, so how do we leave that field as blank or
You just leave it, just put it the double comma, this one, and you can just leave it. No need to
so
fill
instead
in
of
anything, just put it in the double quote and leave it in there.
okay,
Okay, so
but
I'll tell
in
you. So
Mhm.
as of now, see if you see this one. So this is this data. So what happens is generally whenever we have this catalog needs to be uploaded. So it
Mhm.
all data comes on a implementation side. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to provide all this information to the Ariba guys. Ariba guys especially have a team for this one. Okay,
Mhm.
they have some specific tools and they have a little bit or more simpler formats to all those to do all those things, even though have
Mhm.
their own tools for the size reduction and everything. So if you provide any type of image to those guys, they will just
Mhm.
remove and the data in there and they make it into the perfect size and they will upload it. because
But
they have that particular thing in there with.
but they might be doing it first time only, or you might receive catalog from supplier on regular basis, maybe once in
You
6 months
can
or once
no,
in.
so that's the thing. So you can, as yesterday we discussed, right? SR and all those things, right?
Okay, okay,
So
okay. So
same
we
way,
can still ask them, and
yeah,
they
we
will
can
not
still
charge
ask
for.
them, and to a particular extent they will support. They generally supports only in case if you have something like a which is like really weird or something like that. If you're coming regularly with them, so they might
Mhm.
like not they might not help you. Otherwise they generally help you if you are facing any issue, if you are not able to find the particular format, if your CIF format is not correct, anything on that part, so you can raise a request. They will provide you all the format details and everything.
Sure. And what does it mean by un in row number
No, this
four?
is someone has put it something in it. So that's what I said. This is all garbage data, most of the things.
Okay, okay, that's
If
fine then.
yeah, so if you just see the first line, I think first line having all data is properly maintained in this one, and maybe something is not been properly maintained in this one. So you can see the last things has been left out after this one. So dynamic feature, nutrition info. So it's not necessary everything will be there with every. So for example, the supplier part ID might be possible that some supplier is not using the supplier part ID. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it's just a standard format having all the fields. Okay, it's a standard format having all the fields. It's not mandatory, or it's not that 100% there that every material should have this one. Okay, so
Sure.
some field
Okay.
might be having all these details, some might not be having. So you can
Okay.
see this
So,
way you have lot of line items in here.
yes. And what is the best way to create this file? Like, can we convert Excel file into CIF file, or we cannot?
So there's actually I don't have this format actually, but I think you can download this format, or you can have a format when you are implementing in an Excel format. Okay,
Okay.
so what you can
Mm-hmm.
do is that Excel format you can send to like maybe to suppliers and everything, and that is very realistic and a clear cut format. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so in that
Mm-hmm.
format, even the suppliers can provide you all the information. So like if
Okay.
you see this supplier ID, so this will be coming in an Excel sheet like one column of supplier IDs, then supplier part number and
Yes,
all
yes, yes,
single
yes.
this way. Then the
Mm-hmm.
supplier can fill all these details, whatever relevant to him. Then later on, you can provide your details, and then you can convert it into the CIF. Or generally, what happens is we like when you have an implementation or like you having this integration, so supplier gives you so this Ariba guys gives you the Excel file only. They ask you all
Mm-hmm.
the data for uploading it for the catalog. So you
Mm-hmm.
send this file, some files to the catalog guys with the suppliers, and they provide the information, and then you sum up and give the Excel file to these guys. They convert that
Mm-hmm.
Excel file into the CF file, and
So
then they
we
upload.
can convert, yeah, we can convert Excel file to CIF. I've never done
Yes,
so.
yes. No, we can do
And
that, but I think there's needs to be some software kind of a thing because it's possible.
oh, okay. Another thing is like, let's say for this particular ID, supplier ID and supplier part ID,
Yeah.
BTS004TMS. So now basically, let's say I uploaded this catalog on January 1st, 2021. Okay. After
Okay.
3 months, supplier provide me some updates on this particular ID. Okay, let's say he
Okay.
changed the price. Okay, and I need to upload this catalog again. So it will
Right.
replace the price for old one, or how it will, like, it will
It will
replace the
create a new
previous.
version. It will simply like
So
the
the,
way we have seen in the PR and the POs, it will create a new version, and that version will be activated. So always the latest version will remain activated in the system.
and what will be the basis to identify that whether it needs to create a new version, or it's an old version? Like, there should be some parameter key basically, because you said that's not necessarily that all part ID, or like, do we have supplier part ID in every cases? What is the primary key basically that system will reference to create a new version? Like, you have
No,
PR number, you
system
have
will
PO
not create.
number.
Like, see, if you, only you will be uploading a new file. So if you are uploading a new file, then only it will ask for creating a new version.
Agreed.
So
But
if you are not uploading, it will remain the same version.
yes, but now basically if I'm uploading a new file, my question
Hmm.
is like, you have a unique PR number, you have a unique order number. Okay. In this file, what is the unique number that system will refer to create a version? System will look for that. Okay, yeah, this particular component existed in past, So I have to create a version, and this component did not exist in past, so it's a version one. Are you following what I'm saying?
See, even though if you upload the same file, you can have a version 2 also. It's not that any part or any number. I hope. See, I can't show you in this one, but I think you
No,
seen some of the.
I'm just like, I think my question is like yeah, you cannot show, that's fine, but what is the primary key basically? What is the for internally you have a material number which is unique number. Okay, in this file, what is the primary key that system will refer to create a version? My question is that.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Just a second. If you see this one. Okay, so what we do is where we go, and what we see is version thing is how I will show you. Okay, I'll let me open any manage. This is I will let the system work. Let me just create a sourcing project or something where I can show you with the documentation. Test project. Create event type. What is okay? Upload. Confirmation. Done. Okay, just a second. Now, if you see the detail here, and let me edit attributes. Now you see, if I'm editing this one, I'm not changing anything, but I can have a next version too. If this is a document, like it's the same document we upload in there, and if you click here, so this is already I have created in this one, and if I'm clicking here, and if I'm edit attributes, okay, so I have the option save as v2 and no save and continue the editing v1.
Okay,
So this way,
yeah, Vijay, I understood that point. My
yeah,
question is different. Uh,
yeah,
okay, let me explain it again. You have a catalog basically. Let's say you have a laptop, okay, HP laptop,
okay,
and you have a Lenovo laptop, okay,
hmm,
and within HP laptop you have a model number, like HP
okay,
laptop, let's say 1234, okay.
okay,
So now supplier has this number 1234, HP
okay,
1234, okay.
okay,
Another time, like after 3 months, supplier changes something in this, maybe item, maybe like he changed price or something.
yes,
So my question is like, what is the basis, like whether it, if it's a supplier part ID is always available, and it is like if there is a difference by even /1, so it will treat as a new thing, or if it's same supplier part ID that will take as like version. Like in this case, like like if you see this MT MJLT2LL/A row number 6 or 7, is it a unique number basically?
6 or 7, row number 6 or 7. This one you are saying?
Yeah, row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, row number 7. Okay. So this supplier part ID is the unique number that we always get from supplier or what?
Yes, so part
Okay.
IDs or definitely part ID is always different. Like part ID is always unique. Okay. So
Mhm.
one thing you need to understand, see, unit price, the prices always keep changing. Okay. So
Mhm.
supplier will be coming after maybe after every a couple of months, and he's coming like, sir, now there is a price revised for this one, right?
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
so you need to just upload it. You need to update and you need to update the prices in there and create a new version so that you can verify that,
So,
yeah, at least. So
so
if there
it,
is, if you are making any changes, if you are making any
uh-huh,
changes to the older version, so just
uh-huh.
update the new version with that we have updated the price for a particular. If there's a, like, if you want, you can provide a special comment like you have changes because of the prices are has been changed because there's some
So,
reason required, right?
yes, and if even though we are changing price, then we need to upload this catalogs again. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah. This file need to upload again.
Okay. And supplier will always provide supplier part ID in all their catalog.
No, it's not
Like,
messy. That's why I said. See, if these fields are there in the standard format, it's not necessary that everything has a part ID or something like that. If you are taking a service, for example, if you're taking any consulting services, you will not have the part ID for that, right?
agreed, agreed, agreed.
Uh,
Understood
so
for
in that
service. Okay.
case, in this one,
So
this
in
will
the
be blank.
yeah, so in case of service, then you will never have a version 2.
No, there can be a version two. See, if you are taking a for example, you have a standard training, okay? Like we have like IT trainings and all, right? Standard trainings every year, right? The information
Mhm.
trainings and this health wellness trainings every year we have. The company has a tie-up with some training agencies and they have every time. Okay, so in that case, the prices might change every year, right? The same thing will be like
Okay.
if they are costing
So
this year might be 1,000, then next year it will cost you more. So in
yes.
that
So
case,
now,
but supply,
mhm.
yeah.
I think like either I'm not able to. Suresh, are you getting my question? I don't know.
No, Pankaj.
Okay, see,
I,
in case of material, you have a unique material number. Okay,
mhm.
when I'm uploading a catalog, so what I'm looking for is, in order for me to create, like if I will upload this file again, it's creating a version. If it's getting uploaded second time. Okay, so my question is like, what is the unique number basically that reference that it has to go as a version 2?
It's not mandatory,
But
Pankaj. See, I'm telling you, it's not mandatory. Even though if you are making a changes, that you create a new version, you can have the same version. Version is just for like, see, you see here, right? Just now I showed you. It's not necessary. If you want to create a new version, you can just edit the same version. You have a changes, right? You have some changes. You changes have a price. So just keep it editing and keep the same version. You don't
so
need to even
it
create
is
a new version.
it is possible that for the same no by same product can appear twice, like with one is like old or whenever I will be uploading this new catalog, all items that existed in previous catalog. Let's say old previous catalog has 21 items. Now I'm uploading a catalog with 18 items. Okay, so whether my previous catalog for 21 item will disappear from the website, considering that
Yes,
now supply.
yes,
Okay,
yes. So
okay,
it's always
okay.
like that. You have seen, like, I think you haven't seen this one. So the whenever we upload or de-upload, so the file asks us, okay, so if you see this one, data import
Mhm.
export, let me show you one more time. Manage. Just a second. Manage core
So
administration.
you are saying that in all the cases, whatever supplier providing the latest number of catalogs or items, those are the only things will be available. And whenever supplier
Yes,
is
yes.
providing, okay,
That's
okay,
what I said. See,
understood now.
latest version. See, always like for example, you have 50. I think you have seen in the template, right? When we discuss the
Mhm.
template, we
Yes,
create n number of versions, right? So only the
yes.
latest one will be available. So whatever the changes you made to the line items, right? Or you have created new question in there in the template. So only the
Mhm.
latest one will be available. Rest the old ones will be deactivated. They will not be reflected there.
Okay, so if I have 18 items in previous catalog, now I'm uploading 21. So 21 will
Yes.
show all. And if I had 18 earlier, now I'm uploading 15. So 18 will disappear, only 15 will appear. Am I right?
Yes, yes, yes. That's how
Okay,
it is.
understood now. Okay, understood.
Okay.
Yeah, that answered my thing, understood that point.
Oh.
So, and
So
can
this
we,
is
is it like any scenario where we can have this supplier ID or catalog ID with our internal material number, or no? That's not the case. It's not possible in all the
no,
cases.
no, no.
Like,
It's different. See, mapping is not possible. See, supplier material number is coming with something internal ID. Like I didn't get you. Internal ID means what?
okay, my organization has a material, okay,
Okay.
and there is a supplier number for this material, okay. So in this case, how will be I linking those two things?
No, I didn't get. Supplier part number is there. Okay, that's there. And why? Like I didn't get you. Your material
For
ID.
for
How
for
is this
for
related?
for warehouse materials, okay.
So
There
that
is
you will be
something called
maintaining internally, right? There's no link. Like if you are doing that one, so that you will be doing at the warehouse level inventory. So we are not like as like last time we discussed. Here we are not maintaining any inventory in here in the Ariba system, right?
okay, okay. So all what we maintain is kind of non-stock items. That's something we do not have.
Yes, we generally have an indirect item and where we don't have anything inventory in here. Okay, that's altogether a different story, or that's a different like direct
Okay.
material thing is there. That is a complete different where we have BOM and everything. So that's a
So
completely separate tool itself in within
yeah.
Ariba, but it's a separate tool kind of.
Uh-huh. Okay, so that's something we will not discuss, right?
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. That's altogether a
Okay,
different story altogether.
but is it possible in Ariba? Like this is possible in
Yes, yes.
Ariba.
See, that's something. See, this tool as of now, what we are discussing is just a second.
Which
So if you
part it
see this,
falls under? If I need, in
so
case I need to explore that part.
see, you need to get enabled the direct source, sorry, this direct procurement. So this is majorly we use is for the indirect procurement, and you can use it more for the product procurement. So where what will happen is you will also able to see like in system you will be having the bill of material too, like the
Okay.
BOM you have seen in the ERP. The same thing can be
Uh-huh.
maintained in here.
So it is like service procurement that is not enabled in this link.
Yeah, in this link or like service one is very see I tell you this is majorly configured and defined. If you see most of the things has been used as for the indirect procurement. It always be suggested to buy indirect procurement. If you are looking
And
for
is
the
it?
procurement that is known as like from the bill of material, right? You are
Mm-hmm.
buying to something
Mm-hmm.
bill of material from there that we used to do in the ERP, CS01, and we creating the
Mm-hmm.
BOM and there, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
thing, regular inventory and everything, will be maintained and done in the direct sourcing. That's a separately altogether a different
But
module within Ariba.
okay, and
Okay,
do
that's a
people use
vast
that
field.
module? Do people use that module?
Yes, but very rarely. Till the time
Very rarely.
in yeah, very rarely because I have seen only two companies. One is Honda, automobile industry.
Mm-hmm.
Majorly that tool has been used with the automobile industry because they have lot of number of items and everything. Okay,
Is it a new
so
product?
no, it's not a new product, but majorly like as everyone having the ERP and everyone, so not lot of people go for Ariba for that thing because that's a standard
And
thing. Okay, like standard in the sense like bill of material is already there, and this is the pricings or the suppliers when you do deal with that manufacturing thing. they are quite straightforward. They're having what you can say, standard pricing. They don't do much negotiations and all those things, and they are like
Sure.
quick buying. The production,
Okay.
that thing will be impacting your production, so you don't have much time to work on the things like to negotiate, doing RFP is okay, so that I always do, but generally having the contracts for that. So bill of material is there, contracts you have it, and you use it regularly basis.
So what do you call that solution? Direct procurement.
Direct procurement. So there is a solution for direct procurement. We use this product sourcing. We also say like product procurement. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's a separate thing.
Okay.
So
Thanks.
okay.
Yeah, you can continue. Thanks.
Yeah.
I got my answer. Like what are we looking for? Thanks.
Okay. Okay. No problem. So this is one thing. Okay. Apart from the catalogs, so this way you will be maintaining these catalogs. So this is the main file, I'll say. So this is the file. This is the thing that you need to always upload. This is how you will be maintaining the catalog. So this is the
Mm-hmm.
main part from a catalog perspective. And apart from this one, uh, like manage, I want to show you one more thing. Yeah, you asked for the approval process, right? So this is the approval process.
That is all in catalog management. That's it.
So this is the major part, I'll say. This is the major part and that we need to cover as per our content, because
Mhm.
if you see like other things are the rules and all, so that is not much of the thing that we use generally, because what happens
Okay.
is whenever we have this catalog in the system, we simply use it. We don't put more of the conditions in there, and we just use the
Mhm.
content of this one. Okay. Otherwise,
Okay.
there's a rules and all, but those are not like we use it. So if you can see, there's also no new rules, but if you want, you can validation rule, enrichment rule, approval rule, like same approval process. So those things you can have it, but generally we don't have it. Like it's just open to everyone to use it, simple, in a quite simple way.
Okay. So like most of the customers simply they get the file, they load the file. That's it. The catalogs are
They
available.
use it, right? So if it's in the system, so you allow the catalog item to everyone to use.
Okay. And
Okay.
validation rule and generally like just for idea, what does it
Yeah.
control? Like that
So
it's
it's just,
controlled at.
how it will be look if it will be, see if it is a supplier, right? So type, record
Mhm.
type, field, what are the, so formula, anything in there. So you want to stop to anyone to see it or something like that way. So that kind of validation rules.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And
And
no
same
one
you have
defines
the
the story code.
yeah. So you can select in this one, and you can see again the, if you have this one new rule, you can have this, and this rule we don't use it in this one. I'm not, this is quite new, because this is like
Mhm.
adding new fields from a reporting perspective. So that I'm not
Okay.
like this is a new one, we haven't used it. Cleansing rule, this is cleaning something, like you, if you are having some data which is not relevant, so cleansing rules you use it. Then we have the approval rule. So same way, if you need to approve something, so you need to provide an approval rule in this one. So that way we
Approval
have it.
for uploading catalog or approval rule for procuring
Approval
items
rule
in
for
catalog.
like just for the supplier. Like if supplier is sending something you, so you need to check whether this everything is being given by the supplier is correct or not. For example, if supplier is giving you a pricing, so you
Mhm.
need to validate thing. If it's to be validated by the other guys and everyone, the data that is coming from the supplier, it needs to be
Mhm.
approved, right? It should not happen like supplier is sending something very vaguely or differently from his side every time, and you just uploading into the system. Okay.
So,
So that's how it is.
do we have some scenario like means when I integrated with my supplier, supplier,
Hmm.
uh, send the information of catalog at their end, and can it be automatically updated in my system, or there I need to define some rules that I will review and then proceed for this?
No, no, I didn't get it. Can you repeat that question? The items are lying with the
If,
supplier side, or you want to from your
let
side?
me see two things. One is like basically what we saw, that is supply. We ask whenever there is a need to upload catalog, so supplier will provide some information. Okay. So
Okay.
another thing is like, can I integrate my supplier in such a way that whenever there is a change in the catalog, he can upload it from his end, and my system, by simply I receive a notification. Okay, there is a new catalog that supplier is providing. and I simply review at high level and then approve, and then it automatically gets uploaded. Is it possible?
Yes, it's possible. So if you see, that is from the supplier side, their supply. If you have your own screen, if you guys log in into your account as a supplier,
Mhm,
and if you are
mhm,
a full account supplier, okay. So
mhm,
like I think we discussed, right? Light enabled and a
mhm.
full account supplier.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes.
Mhm,
So if you have a full
mhm.
account, so then that feature will be there. If you are a light account, then that feature will not be there for you. In that case,
Okay,
if you
and
have a
but
full account, so
mhm,
you will be having the options to upload the catalogs. So those catalogs will be coming in here and will be
mhm.
getting updated, and the approval process you can set on that part. But
Okay,
that is all comes from a supplier side. So supplier needs to
okay.
maintain that thing and he needs to send it the data. Here it will be just for the approval process.
Okay, yeah, but we never, or I think no customer might be directly allowing supplier to upload catalog on their website.
No, they generally that. So either we do this way or we use the punch out. I hope
What's the job?
you know punch out. No, I think we not
I
discussed. We discussed.
no, we did not.
Okay. So
I did
punch
not
out
know.
is
Yeah.
nothing but the catalogs are being maintained by supplier at the supplier site.
Okay.
Okay. So that is
Okay.
known as punch out. For example, I just show you. Create requisition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, requisition. So if you see, some of the details and some of the data is already there in our system. Okay. So I can select the item and I can use it. But some data is like, some data is on the supplier. I can see, but I need to go on the supplier side. So for example, let me see if I can get something in here. Miscellaneous electric wire and cable and harness. Let me click this one. See, now you can see this buy from supplier.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So these items are not loaded my sheet, but I need to go to supplier, and then those items
Yes.
are visible there.
So
Okay,
I'll show
understood.
you. So this is known as punch out. This is known as, so you can see this is add to cart.
Mm-hmm.
Add to cart is
And
means like this item is there with us in our system, like we have
mm-hmm.
maintained it. But this is buy with supplier is like I need to go on the supplier side. So I'll click here. So if you see here, just a
Mm-hmm.
second, I'll click here, buy from supplier. See, now it's not connected. You can see punch out catalog session shopping. So error occurred during the punch out session. Any instruction. So
Sure,
what
understood.
happens is it will take you to the supplier website.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And there you will
Uh-huh.
be having this catalog open and you can select any item, add to cart and check out, and you will come back in here.
Okay. And then it will
Okay.
create a purchase requisition.
Yes, it will create a request. So like here you see this is the PR. If we have selected the item there, and it will be
Mm-hmm.
coming in here, and you need to just proceed to check out and you can place an order. So this is
Okay. So
known
now
as
tell me
punch
one.
out.
So tell me one thing. If whatever supplier items are uploaded in catalog, all will be visible to me. Am I right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. And now basically for a particular item, let's say means let's take about computer hardware. Um,
Hmm.
for example, laptop, mouse, keyboard, something, something. Okay. So I go
Right.
to some ABC site, system showing all things to me. But I already decided that whenever I will be purchasing a mouse, there is a supplier that something I will purchase from there only. Okay. While I can
Okay.
explore other items, but there are a couple of items that I do not want to. No, I have a contract with another supplier. I will be using that item from that supplier, while I can look for other items from any other supplier. So how we will control that, or is it something like via purchase requisition, or something like how no? What is the process for that?
So it's like if you have anything preferred from, so you can have a preferred supplier. In the supplier section, we have seen, right, preferred supplier. So if you are
Hmm.
buying anything specific from a supplier, so you can have it as a preferred supplier. So preferred supplier will be like always be visible in your list, or it will be coming first for you. And like other
Hmm.
supplier will also be visible, same way that you said. But the preferred one will always be like the system will show you that one like in a on a top, like it's a preferred supplier for you. You have this one, so you can use that one.
Okay, but system does not stop me. If that item is available with preferred supplier, I can still go and place this item from any other supplier by using punch out method. I can still
Yes,
do that.
yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay.
yes. There's no issue. Punch
And we
out,
don't have
see,
to be
punch out.
controller.
See, yeah, punch out. See, punch out is basically, see, once you are clicking on that particular supplier and everything, so
Mm-hmm.
then you can use it, and you seen it, right? So that thing will be restricted, or if you want having any access issue for that, so
Mm-hmm.
if that supplier, we have seen also the supplier is unable for a particular commodity or the category or the company, right? You have seen that
Mm-hmm.
when we are creating the
Mm-hmm.
supplier data. So that way,
Mm-hmm.
if for example, you have a company code of C1 and
Mm-hmm.
supplier is also enabled for company code C1,
Mm-hmm.
okay? But you are trying to access a supplier who's of company C2, then obviously it will
Mm-hmm.
give you an error. Like it will not allow you to create the requisition. Later on, it will give you an error. See, the supplier is enabled for C1, C2 both, but you have only
Mm-hmm.
access for C1. Your profile,
Mm-hmm.
your company code is only
Mm-hmm.
C1. You can see, yeah, like you can see the supplier, whatever he's offering to you. But once you come here in the proceed, so for example, what will happen is add to cart. You have done the add to cart, and you have added that item, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and you are proceed to checkout. Now here at this stage the system will give you an error, because what will happen is this company code will not match, because your company code is restricted to only C1, but the line item
Mm-hmm.
detail and the supplier detail is of this item is from the C2 company,
Okay.
right? So the
Okay.
system here,
So,
it will check it, and it will, so that's what I'm saying, it's all data is been linked. So from very first, the one thing that we discussed, how the supplier will be restricted and he will not be for different company codes, right? Maybe he's good for
mm-hmm.
one company code, or one commodity is not good for another. So that thing we have already assigned him, that he will be only supplying this part or this thing, and he's only accessible for this plant or this commodity code or this data or this category or company code. So that way he will be restricted. And if your data and that data doesn't match, then system will throw error here,
Okay. Understood. Thanks.
right? Yeah. So this is all linked. Like it's all from there. It all things has been linked in this one and checked at that level.
Good. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Vijay.
Okay.
So
Anything
that's
else
all.
on this one?
And yeah, yeah, that's all. And then this is like catalog content manager. What does catalog manager? What does people do in catalog manager?
Catalog manager is the same. Like then you have the validation rules on the catalog manager level, and you want to create a subscriptions and all those things. You create more subscriptions, like you have different items from different catalogs, and you create the subscription from there. So if you see catalogs in here, it's just the activation and the deactivation. So you can see from supplier. So the data that you have uploaded, like for Amazon, like it's a
Mm-hmm.
punch out catalog. So version 1, load full, you have updated view, content summary, what all the content in there. So those things, like the one that you have already uploaded. So it's been coming, see, imported and all those. So this is little technical, and this comes from there, all the data that you have already uploaded. So this way it comes, manufacturer, part number, punch out label. So all the same data that you are uploaded here, it's been defined in a different manner.
Okay.
Okay, so it's the same thing. Okay, so rest, like that's I've said, like if you guys have gone through this one, so you might be able to more on this one and you can use it. Punch out, as I said, punch out is the one that is majorly used. Generally everyone try to avoid to upload the catalogs in the system, because it's a tedious job and regularly you need to upload and update it. So always suppliers
Mm-hmm.
prefer to have a punch out catalog where the suppliers will be maintaining everything,
Okay. Understood.
right? So they will be maintaining, because like suppliers, if changing the prices every time, the users just need to go in there. If
And
there's a new price update, it will come.
and do we have some way that like we control that only these suppliers will be available for punch out catalogs, or we control that part?
Yeah, so like if you have enabled the supplier for punch out catalog, so it will visible. If you are not enabled him, so it will not visible.
So
And rest I
how
said,
do we
like,
do how do we do
so
that?
that's
How do we enable punch out?
So like trading relationship, you need to send the trading relationship. You seen it, right? It will, you can also see it from your side. So once we have punch out catalog configuration, so basically this is done in the backend only. If you want to, you need to provide the URL of your Ariba tool, and they will be updating in there, and then you have a trading relationship.
Okay, okay, okay,
Okay, so
okay.
this is in the background. So this is I can't actually show you from here. Okay, and you can also
Mhm.
check this thing from a when you have a full account. So once you have, so it's more majorly like, it's just need to, you need to update the URLs when you are configuring this one. You need to provide your URL and some access in this one, and the same way that supplier will be providing his URL, and then you need to update into the system.
Sure. Understood.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all from this side. And any doubts on this one? Any clarity you want on a catalog one?
No, I think I'm good so far.
Suresh, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, okay. So I'll just cover the last topic in this one. This is about manage approval process. So how you will be doing the approval process in here. We discussed it, as you said, like we didn't discuss in detail. So that's why I'm just showing you. Okay. So you can see this approval type is by default. These are all the standard approval types has been set in the system. So for example, if I tell you requisition. So whenever you are creating a requisition, so you will always find this requisition tab in here. Same way you have the
Mhm.
receipt, requisition, receipt, invoice approval, invoice reconciliation approval. Okay. And also apart from this one, we have sourcing, right? That's okay. Receipt, invoice, form, reconciliation, right? These are the major things that we have it. Sorry. So whenever you have this requisition, okay, so you will find, sorry, okay, so you will be having these all type of like requisition approval process, amendment requisition, amendment approval process, and all. Okay, so requisition, these are the three ones that someone has already created. You can also create a new one. Okay, so but
Mhm.
requisition, these types will always be there, and some by default approval process, like you can see this is active, it's already active, and this is a version 2. Okay, it's
Mhm.
already there in the system. Okay, then you have this one, so this is checked in, this is not been used. Let me just click this one. Okay, and open this. Okay, now you can see there's no, or like this is one, it's not been properly maintained. Let's just edit this one. So how to approve, how to test this, and how to work on this one. Okay, so very first thing if you see in here is this node. Okay, this is the approval process, what all people or group you want to have for a purchase requisition. Okay, so in this one what you can do is just add a serial rule, and add a serial rule, add a serial rule. So they here, what you need is you need to have this capability of just putting the permutation combinations and the conditions and the categories that you wanted. For example, I tell you,
Mhm.
let me remove this name. I first put buyer, the person who created it. Okay, and this is the rule description, buyer, PR creator. Okay, this way. So this is how you will be always doing it. So this will all reflect at the UI level. So you are writing whatever in here will reflect at the UI level. Second is
Okay.
procurement manager. Okay, so sorry, PM need to approve. Okay, then we have third point, finance finance team. Okay, this team need to check the budget. Then we have procurement director, maybe procurement head. Okay, PM need to approve. Okay, this way. Now, what you need to do is buyer. This is the buyer part. And here is the first is the approval process. You define who all should come. Approval rule editor, what is the rule title, what is the description, why you need to approve or something like that way. You can also mention here PR creator for this amount or something like that way. You can define in this one, okay, if you want to. So this will be like a note whenever the approval process is there. So the person can see what's the note, why is coming for him, okay, this way. Then the third is the condition. So this is the main point. If you see conditions, so how you will be defining the condition. So you can condition define it based on this one, field match or sub condition. So first is field match. Field matches all are true if this buyer select field. So this conditions is needs to be defined based on the your what is the requirement in there, okay, based on that one you can provide it. So in this one I can say is amount rejected, amount approved, or we can say submitted by requested type. Let me find out something which is more relevant to you so that you can understand. Okay, yeah, we can select maybe the company code. Company code. Okay, company code. This select the variant, company code variant. Okay, company code is equal to. Okay, is equal to is okay. That's a condition. So is equal to select value. That's a second. Let's cancel. This is again. Let me just search Google Fields, company code. Company code. Select value. Select right. So any company code. So for example, I just select a company code is 3000 in here. Sorry. This is what happened. Wait. Let me just select this. Done. Okay.
So can you have multiple conditions here?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Just like see, system is like working very slow. Otherwise, I will create a lot of conditions in here. So first condition, if you see, say if this buyer, so this buyer will be applicable when this condition will be true. Okay. So this company code should be the one. This is based on Lithuania. So for this country, if this is, then only this buyer will be coming.
Sure.
Okay. So this way you can have multiple conditions in here. Just a second. Add sub conditions. Here you have sub conditions.
Okay.
So you can have it. One is this. This is all are true. So now you can see I'm adding uh, field match. Field matches. Now you can have select field. Somehow the system is suddenly like very slow. Okay. Now we have the company code. Okay, that's quite on a big level. But we can also have just a second. It's retrieving data. See, one more thing, if you've seen here, this is internal field name. So this is generally never be visible to you. Only the field name will be visible to you. So this is generally, if you find in there, so field name and the description is only visible to you. This I'm not sure why it's coming. Generally, it's not been allowed for the users or the persons to see this thing. This is like it keep always in the background. Okay. So it's like this is a test system, so there's a lot of issues in this one. Let me just see if we can find something more relevant. Payment term, plant. Yeah. Okay, so we can have this procurement unit. If you see this purchasing unit, so purchasing unit, okay. So let me just select this purchasing unit. Field, let me select this one. Select value. Select this one. Okay. So for example, we have a purchasing unit for okay, let me just put it in a Germany operations. Okay, DEU is done. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not putting more conditions in here. Okay, but like this one, it will be suffice because like system is very slow in this one. But I'll explain you what exactly is happening in this one. Okay. So the condition is this buyer thing. Okay, this buyer will come into the picture once all the conditions are true. All are true means like this condition and this condition should both get true. You can also hear like this, any one of true, any one are true or none are true. Any are true means either the buyer is from this purchase organization DU1 or from this company code. He can come in there. If all are true, then both needs to satisfy. This both condition need to satisfy to come this node in the approval process.
Understood.
Are you guys able to get it? Yeah. So this is how you create these conditions based on the requirement. So because what happens is you create this approval flow standard for all. Later on, you put later lot of conditions in this one. So for example, you are creating for one company code. In one company code, you have multiple users in a different purchasing organizations. One company code has multiple purchasers. Okay, like on a department wise, one is purchasing for IT, one is for manufacturing, one is for services, one is for admin related, something like that. Okay, so you want to restrict the people to use something in there, and the approval process should trigger. Like the IT guy should be the approval of IT guy should go to approval for IT manager. It should not go to the procurement manager or the different guy, right? Something like that way. So first, if any requisition is coming from admin side, so admin manager should approve. So what I do is I'll just add here one more node. Okay, click add serial approver. and I'll add here this one, admin manager. So if any requisition coming from admin side, so admin manager needs to approve it. Okay, but all the PR should not go to admin manager. Okay, so in that case, what will happen is, so in this case, what will happen is you need to assign the conditions. Same way like this one. Okay, AM needs to approve. So this is, then what we will do is you will assign here the condition that PR requisition should be from IT department, like the category and the department that we seen, like purchasing organization that we seen in the first note. So that way you can assign the conditions. And if I click on the bar, you will see the conditions again. So the conditions works on each node, and that way it combines. So now you have this one. So you can assign the same thing to our admin manager, that procurement purchasing unit should be from that side. That way. So then only it will come. Otherwise, it will bypass like buyer and then procurement manager. So these are the conditions that you need to assign to all wherever is required. So this is how you define, you discuss with the client how the approval flow you want it. Always the best practice is to keep the minimum number in the approval flow as much as possible, so that it will reduce your cycle time of a particular PR to PO process. If you have a more number of approvers, it will take a longer time. Don't put everyone in the approval flow. Let's just restrict to the actual people, those who are really important and those who are really have the authority to control these things, then only assign them.
So do we have some limitation on number of approvers, like node basically? Right now you created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So do we have some limitations that these are the maximum number of nodes I can create for approval?
I haven't seen it. Like we have created a quite complicated approval processes, and we have more than some around 50 nodes till that I have checked it. So I never faced it any issue in that part.
15.
No, 50, 50, 50.
50 levels of approver.
Yes, like there's a quite complicated. This is a FMP. So we have like a lot of approval. So it's a big organization. So like the current project I'm working on, it's
they might be taking several months to approve a requisition or any document then.
No, so everyone, so I'm not saying, see, that's why I'm not saying that everyone needs to approve in this one. The complication of the approval process, like for example, you have this admin manager. Okay, we have created one approval process. Okay, like this way, one approval process, but we put lot of conditions in there. Okay, so we have this way that we have created one approver, like buyer we have for multiple countries. So that if you see that Nokia, the project that I'm working on is more than in 160 countries we are supporting. Okay, so we have created the approval process on some standard level basics, and we have assigned them. So a lot of conditions are there. It's not that everyone needs to approver. It's always like 4 or 5 people only, not that. But the conditions of approver, so it's not just the serial one. If you see, it's also the parallel. Let me click that one too. Parallel approver, add parallel.
Yeah, so my question is like, my question, like in ERP SAP, you can have only 8 level of approvers maximum. Okay, so my question is like, do we have some limitation in Ariba as well, that these are the maximum number of people can approve a particular document, or we do not have that numbers?
No, I'm not sure like there's any restriction on that part. So any if you want one document needs to be approved by 10 people or 15 people, you can have it. No issues in that.
You can have it. Okay.
Yes,
yeah, because SAP you have limitation,
Okay. So that I'm not sure on that part. But we don't have any limitations in here. So you can see this way we have this way. So for we have like some special approvers. Special approvers, like we have some stakeholders. So whenever we are doing some big procurement, so there's the approval process goes in a particular manner. For example, we are buying something more than 50 crores or 100 crores. So it needs to go for committee. There's a committee for that. Okay. In committee, we have like first it needs to be approved by multiple people, then it goes to the committee. So this way you have a 5 level of approvers in a parallel. Okay, and all of them needs to approve. So this is for the big when we have some big procurement and big amount is involved and it's a really confidential thing and all. So then it does, because these guys are implementing related to 5G. They are implementing in the whole Europe some 5G related network or something more than that. I'm not sure on that part, but it's
So
more of a 5G
par
related.
parallel means all of them has to approve, or any one of them can approve.
All of them has to approve.
Parallel means all has to approve. Okay.
All has to approve. It's just like in the parallel, it's not mandatory that after one it has to approve second. In parallel, all the people will get triggered the approval at the same time, and anyone can approve. So in serial, if you see, once the buyer will approve, then only admin manager can approve. If the after
Okay.
admin manager can approve, then only this can approve. Okay, so this is serial. This is known as serial. Like one by one only can approve. But in parallel,
Mhm.
if I have this 5 parallel approvals, after admin manager, all 5 will receive the approval, and all 5 needs to approve, and they can approve at the same time. It's not that it's been restricted with that first one needs to approve or then only I can approve. Everyone can approve at the same time.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So
Mhm.
this is how you will be defining your approval process and the conditions. I hope this is quite clear, because this is the most important part, because you will be going like approval process, you will be doing each and everything. There you will not get help in the sense from Ariba, but they can help you in the initial stage, but like this is more of with you, because what happens is in approval process you need to change it every time. People are coming in the industry, going in the industry every day, like every after 6 months or 4 months industry needs to change some of the things. Then might be they say, okay, this approval process, this node is not relevant, we need to change it. So like this node, for example, someone says like this node is not relevant, remove this one.
Mhm.
Or you need to update the new approval process, attach one more person in here, or you want to update that finance team. So all those things are
Mhm.
coming on a regular basis. This is the part that will come to you on a regular basis. So you need to understand each and every aspects of this one, how you will work on this
Okay.
one. Okay. So this is the main important thing you need to understand from approval perspective. How to approve it, how to add conditions in this one. So conditions is all based on the logic. The client will tell you that we want for this commodity and this categories we need to have these people of approvers. Then you need to find out that how I can accommodate this one, and how simple I can manage my approval process, how simple you can define it, so that if you will be leaving, someone tomorrow comes, so the approval process should be simple to able to understand and be able to edit it. It should not have you created some very complicated logic and complicated conditions, and later on someone is coming is not able to understand anything. So what happens is end of the day, who suffers? The company suffers. One person is coming going, but the end of the day the company suffers. Okay, so
Mhm.
the always the best practice is to keep as simple you can keep your approval process, as much as simple conditions you can put, or you can put conditions in a manner that it will accommodate more of most of the details, rather than like you have a condition to sub condition to sub conditions. So try to think in that logic perspective, that how I can make it simple, and which condition I can put in instead of multiple conditions. So it's all dependent on that part. Okay. So this is how it will work. Then you have these groups. So as I mentioned, right? For example, finance team. So you will be adding a group. So assistant auditing administrator or something like that. So you will be adding here the groups under that one. So that groups will be adding or approving it. Okay. So that way you will be using this thing. So sometimes so
So
it will always be preferred never to include individual, always add groups. Okay.
okay. So tell me one thing. Like, let's
Yeah.
say my approval is based on the value. Okay. In my current
Yes.
organization, it's like that means and in most of the organization, if value is up to $10,000, then it
Yes.
should go to this person, and then no, after he approve. document is approved. But if value is above than $10,000, then it should have one more level of approval. Okay.
Okay.
So so in this case, I will be, let's say in this case, for example, I am a requisitioner, and if I'm creating a requisition somewhere between greater than 10,000, like if it's less than 10,000, I should be able to approve it. But if it's more than 10,000 but below 50,000, then let's say it should come to you. Okay, and after you approve it, it should approve. And now basically above 50,000, it should go to Suresh. Okay.
Right.
So like then you have three levels of approval. Anything value above. So in this case, what will be my condition? Condition will be like all are true is like it will be if it's because like I'm defining a serial approval. Okay. So and then how it will be because like my approval process ends after it is approved at 1 level, 2 level, or 3 level. So what will be my conditions and how I will be defining this workflow there then?
So you need to define the condition in a way like all are approved, all are like any of true or all are true. Okay, this way all are true, like if everything is meeting the requirement. So you can see here amount billed. Okay, so if this is here, you can mention the amount. Okay, amount billed, or I think you will be having the requisition amount or something like that way. So amount rejected, amount reconciled. So even you can have a reconcile. So if an invoice amount reconciled, right? On this one you can. So here you can enter the amount. So you can have the amount defined that this much amount this should come and all. So this way you can mention and enter the amount in this field, and based on that conditions like all are true, any are true, you can have it. Like you can see the reconciled amount. Okay, so is equal to. So let me select reconciled amount. If I'm able to see this value. See here you see the value is coming euro. So here you will be putting the number in here. So 1,000 euro. Okay. And I'll tell you just a second. Is equal to. This is a field where you will be like greater than, less than, equal to, all those things. See here it is greater than or equal to, is less than or is less than equal to, or is between. So this way you can define your content.
No, let's do that. Let's see that. Let's say means if it's less than $1,000 or euro. So and then
less than. Okay, so it's less than 1,000 euro. Yes.
$1,000. Yeah. Now this is like a rule defined.
So this is one condition. Then you can have another condition in this one, right? Same way, like add one more condition. Same field. You need to have the same field again, and then you can here mention like field match. Okay, field match. Again, I will put the same information. Okay. So same, I will go for this amount reconciled field. And the system is very slow. Okay, so let me go for the amount reconciled one more time. Okay, amount reconciled here. Okay, so if you see this is equal to, so now you can have like is less than is already there 1,000. Now you can have something more than 1,000. is greater than or equal to greater than. So we can have greater than. So now you can have it the value of greater than 1000. Okay. Or if you want, you can also have in between. So, okay. So like for example, I just select here one more time. Is between.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Get updated. I think there's just a second. I'm just thinking if it's it here. So is between select value okay from 2. So I'll put it here like till 1000 we have put it here. So 1 0 0 1 to 5000. Okay, I'll just put okay. So here you have the condition, like the way you are asking. So for all are true or any are true. So you can put any are true in here also, right? So if any are true, like let me click in here. Any are true. Okay, any are true. So as soon as your invoice will be there, or like your requisition, in case of the requisition, we take an example of the requisition. If the requisition has been created, okay, and requisition value is less than or equal to, where it is, what happened then? Is it gone? Ah, it's gone. I don't know what happened in the system. Today's system is like very slow and it's like having some issues with this. See, whatever we have created is gone. The conditions are gone. Okay, but I hope you got the idea, right? So that way we can have this one. We can create this one. So when we have this one conditions in there, all are true or any of that true. So in that one, you can define that condition and you can have it. So the system will check. System will check if your PR has been created and the value is less than 1000, and out of those two conditions that we just created it. So if the first one satisfies, like first one any of true, if any of true is like first one is satisfied, okay, like the value is less than 1000, then the first will be applicable to that because it's like less than 1000. If the system checks that the PR value is more than 1000, then the second condition will apply and the buyer will come, like the approval, the same approval node will come into the approval flow. So it's that way. So it's quite the logic, it's just the logic that you need to think. Otherwise, the process will be very simple.
Okay. And how do the values appear there? Like, like means for company code, you found number of company codes, and for when you selected value, then you get the field which you can enter, some values there. So those things are mapped as a part of company code upload and procurement units upload, or how when you initially upload those company codes?
Just a second. What's happening this one? Requisition approval flow. So if you see, this is already someone has created it. So if you see, there are a lot of low nodes and everything is there, right? If you can see in here. Okay. So like supervisor is coming, any conditions. So now you can see this conditions is here. It already has. So all are true and none are true. So supplier has is here and the requester first supervisor is not null. So this way you can have the conditions. So a lot of things in there, and here he has provided add the supervisor as approver to the approval flow for a collaboration requisitions. So this is something different they have created in here, but this way you can create it. Like let me exit and copy this one more time for you. So the fields that you are asking, create new Okay, new approval process. Okay. Okay, so here the conditions, field match, select. It's okay. Where is our what happened? Where is that approval process? Something is not right. Something is not working properly here. Select field. Just a second, guys. I think something is not right here. Exit. Yeah, use it coming. This one was there, I think. Amendment advance. Where is our approval process? Copy. It's not coming for edit. I think something is not working with the system properly. I am just not going again and again. Okay, so here, see, now it's came in here, whatever we have created. Okay, yeah, here it is. So you can see this is equal to is here. Okay, so this is the thing you are asking, right? How this will be coming here?
Yeah. Like my question is like, the values that you are selecting. Let's say you
Okay.
selected Western Lithuania company, and then you selected purchase requisition value. So all these
Okay.
things are controlled. Like when you initially load the company code information, let's say these are the company code, that something will be loaded in Ariba. So then those value will automatically appear here. Am I right? Possible values.
Yes. So yes, the fields like you can select from here. So those are the fields. Like these are the data that you have uploaded in here in the system, right? So that's why you can see the purchasing unit. So this is all being uploaded in the system. Okay, so that way you can select.
Okay.
Okay, so this is all fields are there in the system that has been already uploaded in the system, and then based on that you can select from there. So that's how it is. So if you see this thing, field match and this conditions, sub conditions is there, insert some condition before, after. So these are all things on based on the requirement. So how the requirement comes to you, you guys need to define based on that part. And you need to logically think that how I can approve and what fields I can use and how I can make this approval process simple. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so guys, this is the end of the road, like for our training session. You guys have any questions, any doubts? So let me know. And if you required any assistant, like maybe just take some time out and try to practice on this one. So as you can understand, like as early you can practice and as much as doubt you can ask, that might be a little bit helpful for you guys. But if you like take some time more, so obviously like these guys will also be not be that much helpful, right? So I'll suggest if you have any doubts, practice this. See, a lot of things you need to practice. It's all about the practice. The more you practice, the more you learn, and the more you're able to do it.
Agree.
Okay.
Great.
So
Yeah.
this.
Thanks for all of your help and knowledge. Like maybe like so. I think that was good. Uh,
Yeah. Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you, Suresh. Thank you, Pankaj.
Thanks, Vijay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vijay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Okay,
Bye. Take care.
okay,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.